morning. Welcome to this practice from Structural Yoga Therapy created by Mukunda Styles. It's a joint freeing series and we'll begin just an easy cross-legged pose with a short meditation. I'm sharing here this wonderful book called How Yoga Works by Geshe Michael Roach and Christy McNally, and it's about how yoga works. If you haven't read it, you might check it out if it sounds interesting. So we have the physical postures, the asanas, which we'll do today, and then we have our intention, which can be a dedication to another person. So the asana works from the outside in and the intention from the inside out. At the end, we will close with a taking away the darkness meditation. And both How Yoga Works and this taking away the darkness come from Tibetan heart yoga. So we can take our attention to the heart, maybe an open-handed mudra of the hands on top of the heart. And as you lengthen your spine, drop your chin slightly in and allow your crown to reach a little higher as you inhale deeply, belly into the ribs and the chest. Feel your heart expanding, all on the in-breath. And as you exhale, feel the heart inside the chest, the ribs, the belly, relax down and in. Set your intention, perhaps in the form of a dedication to a person that you know that could use your support. Your intention in Sanskrit has a name that is Sankalpa. So if you will repeat that 3 times, your Sankalpa, your intention, your offering of the practice to another. And finally, connecting with the breath and your present moment. So however it is you are feeling in the present moment, good, bad, and different, let's allow the distinction between those to dissolve and just let ourselves be present and more fully in the body. So staying tuned with the breath, or this 3-part breath, or if you're familiar with Ujjayi breathing, you could switch to a little constriction in the back of the throat. Sounds like the waves crashing on the beach. So when you're ready, we'll return our gaze and we'll bring our hands in an open-handed mudra of offering our practice and our effort, our intention as dedication to another. And when you're ready here, we'll plant our hands and extend our legs and begin the joint freeing series of 21 postures. So we'll bring flexion through the heels in staff pose and exhales extension. Inhales flexion, exhales extension. Already 3, 4, with the extension and flexion. So we work both sides of the muscles, freeing the joints. And the magic number, according to Styles, is 6. And now, this one's a little bit more interesting here. We're going to bring the outer edges of the feet out on the inhale, and exhale, we turn them in towards each other. Inhale, reaching out through the outer edge of the feet, and then turning inward. So just go with the flow here, already 3. So this series is pretty gentle and appropriate for most people. And you could say that the joints after the age of 30 start to lose their elasticity. So that's a scientific fact. And so if we go through our range of motion as we will today, That keeps the elasticity intact. And then when you're ready, we're going to combine the next two postures. So from staff pose, we'll tip a little back, kind of like a heron pose, and we'll bend this right knee in. And so we're going to hug the knee in, round, exhale, and inhale, we'll bring extension through the right knee. So as we're here, we'll circle 2, 3, 4, 5, going clockwise. Exhale, hug into center, keeping the spine long. Inhales extension in the knee, flexion in the ankle, opposite direction, counterclockwise. All the while, we will engage the bend the muscles above the back ribs and feel the sternum lift. There's 6. Exhale, hug in. Inhale, extend, opening the heart. The gaze point can shift up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Exhale, curling in. And then one last time. Actually, my count is 5, so we'll do one more. Exhale, now we're rounding. And then we'll switch legs. So hugging your right knee in. Sitting tall, inhale. There's extension in the knee. And flexion in the ankle, we'll circle clockwise. So we're combining 2 of the 21 postures here. I like to incorporate this into my daily practice. So we go for a smooth, full range of motion. Exhale as we hug in. Drop the chin. Inhale, tip back, kind of on the sitting bones here. And we go the opposite direction. So I keep lifting the sternum, broaden the collarbones. Gaze point at the third eye, which is slightly up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Exhale, now we're putting flexion in the left knee. Inhales, extension. And the focus on the right leg is just to keep flexion of that right heel and keep pressing the thigh down. Inhales, the extension. Exhales, flexion. And last time here, we'll draw into center. So extending your legs from Dandasana, hands behind you, flexion through this right heel. External rotation will draw the leg out to the side, turning the toes in, back into center. 1, 2, drawing in. 3, the hip goes external rotation on the inhale, internal on the exhale. 5 and 6. Switching sides so you can have your hands planted flat or fanned out if the shoulders are tight. Inhales, flexion, drawing back in. So external rotation through the left side and then back into center. 2. See how the foot turns out as you draw out and then internally rotates. Nice. 4 and 5. Switching now. Number 6 position. This is cat-cow. I'm sure everyone knows this one. Spread out the fingers, root the knuckles, wrist creases parallel with the front of the mat, under the shoulders. Inhale, draw the heart forward. Shoulders are back. This is compression in the spine. Flexion, and then exhales extension. So draw the belly in, chin in, hollow your abdominals. 1. Inhale. Exhale, rounding like a Halloween cat. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, drawing into the spine. 5, plant the hands, feel the fingers, the weight kind of shift to the tips of the fingers on the inhale. Come back to your intention and realign as you flow here. See that person you've dedicated your practice to, getting the things they need and want for happiness. And now we're going to, from this pose, inhale, draw this right leg back behind us. So I'm going to lift my leg a little higher so you can see. But we're going to extend the right leg back, belly in. Exhale, the knee towards the nose. Inhale, reach and extend, cat balance. Exhale, rounding to center. Inhale, go for length. This is hip extension, and then as we round in, it's flexion. Extension on the inhale, exhale is the flexion. And then switch legs. Inhale now, here's the left leg. I'm lifting a little higher just to show you. Belly's in, and equality of opposition, reaching behind the crown and the heel behind you. Exhale, rounding in. Inhale, hip extension. Exhale, flexion. Already 3. Moving with the breath, like a meditation in motion. 4. So we'll be mindful, feel the air in your skin as your breath propels you. 5 and 6. And then we're going to come to kneeling pose, hero pose. Sit on a block if you're uncomfortable, your knees are tight. Inhale, we'll extend flexion in the wrist. Exhale is extension. Inhale, flexion. Exhale, extension. And we'll just flow here. Inhale, flexion, extension. And so fingers are together so that the muscles of the arms hug to the bones. And we're drawing the arm bones into the shoulder sockets and moving with the breath. For this next one, I'm going to add standing pose. But this in the series is usually just all seated, but I like to add it on. So we'll do a warrior 1. So the hips are leveling forward and the back foot's turning in at 45 degrees. And we'll try to set up heel to heel, heel to arch alignment. So from the hips down, we get a stretch for the legs. Hips up is a heart opener. Now we'll add on. Inhale's extension in the elbows. Exhale's flexion. Inhale, I'm combining a few. Elbows apart, so the stretches across the pectoral muscles. The front ribs are in. Inhale. Exhale, touching into center. Inhale's extension in the elbows. Exhale, knuckles touch to the shoulders. It stretches across the chest, and exhale, the stretches between the shoulder blades. Nice. Inhale. Awesome. And then if you want, we're just going to switch sides and do the other 3 with the left leg leading. So warrior 1, set up the feet, heel to heel, heel to arch. Level your left hip back, right hip forward. Shoulders steering forward. Ribs in. Inhale. Extension. Exhale, make a fist. Flexion. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, stretch between the scapula. So we're stretching the mat between the legs. Inhale, extension. Exhale, flexion. Opening out. Exhale, drawing in. 1 more. So the total was 6, but we moved side to side. The full joint freeing series is 21 postures, and you can print it off online if you look up Mukunda Styles joint freeing series. So when you're ready, we're going to step this right foot forward, and we'll have our feet parallel, and we'll do some more with the shoulders. So actually, I'm going to come to the knees for this one. I add this on to camel. So we're going to do this one here. I'll show the first one, and if you want to stay here, you just do that. Okay, so kneeling pose. You could do this cross-legged as well. So inhale, bend your elbows, draw them forward like a goalpost, and this is stretching open the scapula at the back. And then on the exhale, internal rotation. Palms out behind you. Okay, so you could do that as you're just kneeling. Or if you want, you could move and kind of add on. Inhale can be camel pose, hug your thighs. Feel from the pubis to the base of the throat, the frontal spine opening, elbows forward. Exhale, internal rotation, elbows relax down with the forehead. Bottom of the breath. So tune into and reconnect to your dedication of your practice. Already 3. Inhale as you rise, mindfully rising. We'll keep hugging the thighs to keep internal rotation in the arms, the thighs. And this is going to support your low back when you take the back bend. And this 2 more. Inhale as you rise up. Elbows forward. Stretch across the front of the chest and exhale. Back body stretch. Openness between the shoulder blades. Good. And then we'll come up to be kneeling again if it's okay. Hands onto the shoulders. And so moving the elbows forward, up, down, and back. 2. Smooth, full range of motion. Front ribs in. 4. 6. Very nice. Okay. And then when you're ready here, I'm going to take a cross-legged pose to switch. Inhale, we'll extend the arms forward. Maybe we'll take the soles of the feet together. Exhale, reaching back behind you. Baddha Konasana with shoulder extension. Inhale, rise up. So we want to sit up on a blanket if your knees are high. Exhale, behind you, reach and extend. So inhales, flexion in the shoulders. Exhales, extension in the shoulders and the spine. 4. Now if you can turn your palms out behind you, this will keep the collarbones a little broader. So try it if you can. I invite you to try it on. And then finally, I'm going to interlace the fingers and take the hands off the back just to add on my own little variation. And then releasing the hands, we'll bring the left heel closer to the groin. So this is lateral stretching. Inhale, extend your left arm skyward. Extend your right arm out to the right. So the wrist is aligned with your hip. Lean to the right. Inhale through center. And then exhale to the left. That's 1 to either side. So if you can kind of roll your left, so for instance, when the left arm's up, kind of roll the collarbone up. Inhale through center, switching sides. Kind of lean a little back, opening through the armpit and chest wall. So from the right hip crease, when you raise the right arm, reach and extend through the fingertips. Pressing the left sit bone, left hip crease, extend through the left side. And then we'll do 1 more to either side for a total of 6 lateral stretches side to side. Nice. And then when we're ready, we're just going to drop the chin to the throat and keep the sternum raised, spine straight, and left ear over to the left shoulder. Rolling the chin center, right ear over to the right shoulder. If your neck is healthy, you could roll all the way around, drawing the chin a little out to create space at the base of the skull. Notice if you're going clockwise or counterclockwise. And we'll really let the jaw be soft so the tongue rests in the lower palate. Once you get through 6 in one direction, change direction. Other way, counterclockwise. We just want to be really soft in the neck and the jaw, as if you're leading with your nose. And then back through center. So we'll take the hands down to the ground. Inhale, we'll rise up. Exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you. Look over your right shoulder, draw the belly in. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. That's 1. Inhale through center. Twisting right, draw the belly in, arch in the mid-back. Inhale as you rise. Maybe you want to hook your thumbs. And exhale as you turn to the left. 2. So we're going side to side with twisting. 3. Spinal rotation. 4. 5 with the breath. As you inhale through center, as you exhale, twist, draw the belly in. Steer the torso as you turn left, right side of the torso to the left, belly in, bottom of the breath. And then we'll de-rotate back to center. I have the series in front of me, just making sure we got them all. And we did. So awesome. So for this last part of the practice, we have completed the 21 postures for freeing the joints. And if you'd like, you can just come to lie down. Seated on a cushion could be fine. I'm going to show a restorative pose if you prefer. So taking blocks, one shorter, one a bit higher, you could lie down at the base of the setup and let yourself be in maybe bound angle pose, or you could just have your knees bent. Of course, you could just sit in meditation as well. So we're just throwing out an option to make this. That's my dog taking a little, he's kind of snoring back there. Okay, so wherever you're at, let yourself go. I'm going to sit up so I can speak clearly, but let yourself relax and release. So feel the crown of your head soften over the skin of the face, tip of the nose, ears soft, root of the tongue, releasing and relaxing through your jaw and your throat, down the shoulders, all the way down to the tips of your fingers. Invite a deep sense of relaxation, ease, surrender through the internal organs in the torso, top to bottom of the torso, through the hips and groins, down the legs, all the way to your ankles. Right, left leg, ankles, feet from the tops, bottoms to the tips of the toes. Feel yourself release and relax. Let everything go. Just rest. We can let go of our intention, our ego, our personality, our practice. And just allow yourself to release and to rest, maybe observing where the back body is touching to the ground. Feel those points getting heavier as you fully surrender into the support of the ground of Mother Earth beneath you. Feel your front body descending into the back body more. And let the breath breathe you. So there's no effort here at all. And with one breath, we're going to wake ourselves up, stretch out along the ground, gather your knees when you're ready, roll over to your comfortable side, and then when you feel ready, plant your hands to come upright to a cross-legged, easy pose. If you really want to stay where you're at, that is also an option. So once you're up, or when you're ready, let's come back to our intention. So we'll come to the dedication to a certain person we've chosen. And now let's imagine, for this taking away the darkness, this person seated in front of us. So the highest thought that a human can have is to want another to be happy. And so imagine at your heart here, like a blooming lotus. Pick whatever color you'd like. I tend to like pink. So you can imagine this place, this refuge within, at your heart space, this place of purity. And when we turn to that throughout the trying times of the day, it's a place where we can breathe and be at ease. Within the lotus, you might visualize a diamond of purity. And so there's a mantra. This is Tibetan, so it doesn't translate to Sanskrit as much, but it's Om Mani Padme Hum. If you'd like, I'd create the sound 3 times, like a little chant if you're open to that, or just listen. So with your attention at your heart, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Maybe put the dedication, this mudra for offering, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. And the hands over the heart. And so we can imagine this person sitting in front of us, and we know that they're suffering. And so imagine or visualize their suffering in their lungs, like a black smoke. And so we will decide to take on their suffering. We won't hold it long, but in the intention to release it. So holding this image of the diamond and the lotus at the heart, and Om Mani Padme Hum means I sing to the diamond in the lotus, to this purity within. So we imagine the black smoke as if it was coming up their lungs, as it came out their nostrils and was kind of hovering at their nostrils like cigarette smoke. So we would take this darkness away by inhaling it into our body, and we're not going to hold it long, because as soon as it touches to the heart, to this diamond in the lotus, there's like to the 1000th power, it's like a bolt of lightning, and it clears out this suffering and dissipates it into the universe to be recycled back to love. So imagine like particles just dispersing, and here is this transmutation of suffering. So imagine that suffering releasing from you, from that person, and into the universe, recycled. And then picture this person seated in front of you. It's like as if on a platform. They're slightly lower than you. And you kind of send out this beautiful loving kindness from your heart to theirs. And in this moment, you see their face and they're happy, this smiling countenance. They don't know why, and they don't really care why, but you've relieved their suffering. And then imagine once more from their heart, from your heart to theirs, and then back, this exchange of unconditional love, of release and healing. And so we'll release the meditation, and this concludes our practice. So with the hands together in Anjali Mudra over the heart, from I to you, from my heart to yours, may you be happy, healthy, safe, and at peace. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.